Perimenopause is the beginning of a powerful shift in our lives, a period that leads to increased wisdom and deeper contemplation. It can also be a time where we suddenly look down and can barely see our feet beneath us due to excess weight gain and belly fat, causing us to wonder, what exactly is perimenopause? Is there anything we can do before the onset of it? What can we do to shed weight if perimenopause weight gain has already come knocking at the door? Our bodies change dramatically during perimenopause due to a decline in the amount of estrogen, progesterone, and our other youth and energy producing hormone levels. Estrogen does more than just maintain our ovaries. It protects our bones from losing mass, lowering our chances of osteoporosis. Progesterone, on the other hand, is responsible for improving our energy levels by stimulating our thyroid function, promoting restorative sleep, giving strength to our hair follicles, and enhancing radiant, glowing skin. During perimenopause, you may experience irregular periods, hot flashes, or personal summers, I like to call them, mood fluctuations, sleep disruptions, and weight gain, primarily around the belly. Perimenopause usually begins in our mid-30s and can last anywhere from 5 to 15 years, making it a pretty stressful experience. So be patient and compassionate towards yourself as your body is going through this time. I have friends some 10, 15 years my senior that did not suffer with hot flashes at night, insomnia, extreme exhaustion, decrease in sex drive, or weight gain. They were not experiencing any of the bad symptoms associated with perimenopause or menopause. My friends didn't look like the females in movies who put their heads in freezers to cool off or who were considered emotionally unstable. No, my friends were doing 4 things differently that allowed them to be full of energy and have a healthy connection with food and their body. And here they are. Regular physical activity and exercise is a crucial element for balancing the hormones that cause weight gain during perimenopause and menopause. See, our bodies consume the calories in our stored body fat through exercise and movement, allowing it to gradually release unwanted, stubborn weight. In an effort to be less sedentary, how about you and I go for a brisk walk 30 minutes a day? Sit less, maybe opting to stand and move around while we're maybe talking on the phone or doing those Zoom meeting calls. Oh, what do you think about us making a 10-minute playlist with our favorite songs and having our own private dance-off? I know you. You're the one who people turn to when they want things done right. Your day is already hectic and you're just finding it hard to even lay down and get a little bit of sleep every day. However, if you want your body to release excess weight and fat accumulation, giving yourself a pass on not getting enough restorative sleep, well, that kind of needs to stop. Inadequate sleep makes us so tired that we skip out on activities that our bodies require and depend on for energy and repair. Sleep deprivation alters our hormones, causing a rise in our cortisol and hunger levels, hence overeating. After a bad night's sleep, do you find yourself craving more high-calorie sweet foods? I know I do. In fact, when I see an increase in my stomach, the first thing I do is get my tail to bed earlier a few days in a row. We can lower our cortisol levels and raise our satiety. I've had enough food hormones where we don't overeat by getting adequate restful sleep. To counteract the perimenopause weight gain, try 30 minutes before bed, warming up a glass of regular or plant-based milk with just a pinch of nutmeg to help you fall asleep and relax. After you give it a try, come back and let me know how great you slept. Did you know that sleep isn't the only factor that influences cortisol levels? Cortisol levels in our bodies rise when we are under a lot of stress. And let's face it, we are. Too much cortisol suppresses or slows down our metabolism. Which means no matter what we eat, that food will not be readily available to us as fuel. Instead, it will be stored as weight gain. Would you like to know my go-to for stress relief? Take your thumb and gently press it against your right nostril while inhaling deeply. Release your thumb while still holding that inhalation. Then take your pointer finger and softly press it against your left nostril while exhaling deeply. Inhale with your pointer finger on your left nostril, then exhale with your thumb on your right nostril. You will get a surge and rush of energy that just melts the stress away. Not only is this breathing great for stress relief, it is also excellent for reducing anxiety and tension in the head as well as the jaw. We can be active, win the world's greatest sleeper award, and all of our stress away. But if our daily food intake consists of empty calories and poor nutrition, avoiding perimenopause weight gain will seem like taking one step forward while being shoved down up 20 flights of stairs over and over again. I don't know, you tell me. Is it time to have a hard talk with ourselves where we say, self, you are now wiser. You can no longer pretend that eating Doritos and a sandwich is a balanced meal. Eating less processed foods and simple carbohydrates, opting instead to eat more foods that support this phase of our lives and our unique body type, something that I went into greater detail here, has been instrumental in helping me bypass the ugly side of perimenopause and excess weight gain. If you're already in the throes of perimenopause and you're saying to yourself, I'm already being less sedentary, I'm moving, I'm active, I'm managing my stress, I'm getting enough sleep, I am eating nutrient-dense foods, but I'm still gaining weight, here are a few lifestyle factors that you might want to consider so you can stop losing the same 10-15 pounds again and again. Those changes would look like, did you know that our digestive capabilities are at their peak in the middle of the day? That it's best to eat heartier dishes, hard to digest foods, and even dessert between the hours of noon and 2 p.m. because healthy weight loss doesn't mean we can't still enjoy a cupcake or a slice of pie. Our metabolism, which tends to be a little bit slower during this phase of life, will have enough time if we eat during that period to digest the meal properly before the next meal, and we won't find ourselves suffering with digestive upsets like gas, bloating, indigestion, reflux, all of those things because the food is already digested, is gone. We're not necessarily piling more food on top of undigested food. 12 and 2, have that big lunch. When I was a few years younger, I used to be able to eat right up until the point I closed my eyes, wake up the next morning without feeling or looking lethargic, bloated, or retaining water. Then perimenopause happened. Even if you are counting macros or calories, eating right before bedtime isn't the best method to support and assist our bodies during this phase of life, when weight loss is of concern. Instead, what I do is I opt for a lighter, earlier dinner. Going to bed with too much undigested food prevents our bodies from falling into that good, deep REM sleep. That energy is instead redirected towards digesting remaining bits of food that we just ate, which actually delays our body's natural detoxification process, which occurs primarily when we are asleep. Food tastes good, but our time is limited. Gobbling and hardly chewing our food, that is not the move. It hinders our body's ability to properly break down the food. When that miscommunication happens, it doesn't allow our gut to communicate to our brain, informing it that satiety has happened. And when we don't get that signal, we overeat, hence unwanted weight gain. So slow down, chew your food, enjoy your food. As our estrogen and progesterone levels decline, our weight begins to accumulate and disproportionately disperse itself, particularly in our midsection. Muscle tissue has an impact on our metabolism though. When it comes to weight loss during perimenopause, start thinking body transformation. Our resting metabolic body rate, or how much energy we burn just to stay alive, will be higher if you and I have more muscle mass. Strength training, I'm for it. It's one of the most effective ways to rev up our metabolism for weight loss and healthy weight maintenance, because after menopause, it can be all the more challenging and more difficult to gain muscle mass. So start increasing lean muscle mass now with this workout. Eat well, stay active.